If you're into longboard carving and pumping, do I have something for you? Meet the Loaded Symtail. This is a 39.5-inch long top mount flex camber longboard. So it's a cambered profile. You can see here it's an upward curvature as opposed to a downward curvature for a rocker profile. And it's a flexi bamboo hybrid construction. This is actually Flex 2, which is the softer flex, Flex 1 being the stiffer flex. Now the Simtail is primarily designed for pumping and carving. It gives you an insane amount of high energy return in those deep turns, those deep carves and pumps that you do. It gives you a lot of speed and a lot of boost. So it's a really great board for that kind of riding. Now you can also see it's symmetrical, it's got big kicks. And the reason is that it also has some freestyle and dancing in its DNA. So again, the Simtail is 39.5-inch long. It's 875-inch wide, so it's a pretty narrow shape. And it's got a 27-inch wheelbase, which is pretty stable for riding faster. You can see it's got a fully symmetrical wheel cutout, tapered kind of shape. The taper here gives you good leverage over the trucks, and the kicks are pretty big and slightly upturned. The big cutouts also let you run pretty big wheels without fear of wheel bite and without the need for risers. The Simtail uses Loaded signature construction with a super strong and super lightweight bamboo core sandwiched in layers of triaxial fiberglass. The result is a very lightweight setup. The deck itself weighs 2.7 pounds and the whole setup is extremely lightweight. As you can see here, for a mid-sized board like this, it's very lightweight. You can definitely carry it around all day if you need to. The top layer is made of cork. It's really nice looking, and best of all, it dampens the vibrations from the ground, especially on rough roads, and gives you a much smoother ride. So this is really a premium touch for this board. So what's this board good for? Well, like I said, the first thing is carving and pumping. The combination of the camber profile, the top mount design, and the flex really gives you a springy board that gives you a lot of rebound in those deep carves and pumps. It gives you a lot of speed, and it's an amazing experience riding this board and pumping on it. The Simtail is also very easy to pop off the ground. It's easy to hop on and off curbs with it. You can easily do manuals and shove-its, and the tips are actually reinforced with fiberglass, which gives the board a lot of pop and also makes it really strong for those hard landings. If you're into dancing, or you want to dabble with that, it's definitely not a full-size dancer, but it's got a similar shape. The kicks are big enough and flat enough, for stability and trying some cross-stepping, some spins, and some pirouetting while continuously carving. It's really easy to keep this board carving while you're trying some dancing maneuvers. This is a pretty good board to commute on. It's very responsive and very nimble, thanks to that top mount style and tapered shape, which gives you additional leverage over the trucks. So the board is pretty responsive, and you can actually ride on sidewalks with it. Sometimes it feels just like a shorter cruiser. It's so nimble that it really feels good riding in tight areas. So it's quite convenient to commute on. And like I said, it's extremely lightweight, so it's easy to carry around into a store or on the train or anywhere. The Simtail has a relatively high ride height due to the camber shape, so it might not be the best option if you want to do long distance pushing. If you're into LDP, then you might want to opt for something like the Loaded Fattail bracket setup, or maybe a drop-through option like the Tian or something like that. If you have the right skills, you can definitely free ride on this longboard. You can ride fast on it. I mean, it gives you good leverage for fast turn. It's got a decent 27-inch wheelbase, which keeps it stable at speed without wobbles. And of course, it's a symmetrical shape, so you can try some switch riding. You can definitely push this board out into slides if you have the skills for it, although the ride height makes it a little bit more challenging if you're a beginner. You'd want something closer to the ground to get started with for free riding. Here I'm running the stock setup, which is a set of Paris V3 trucks, 165 millimeters. You probably know that the Paris V3 are a great mix of carving, responsiveness, and stability. And these are Orangutan 4-Prez 70 millimeter wheels. This gives you really good roll speed. And the 78A Soft Duro provides really good grip for those deep carves and turns. The Tree of Life, which evolved from the Loaded Pintail and then the Loaded Fattail. Beautiful design, and you can see the bamboo showing through. Overall, a beautiful longboard that lets you dig deep into those carves and turns, commute, play around with some freestyle trickery, dabble with some dancing, and if you got the skills for it, do some fast riding as well.